Thank you for joining me on today's fish stabbing adventure. We've still got a lot of things that we can stab fish with. So let's start with massive penetration. In fact, we're even going to upgrade it just a little bit. And then while we're at it, also the air tank for another 6,500. And then we're going back to enjoy the ocean caves full of new and wonderful fish, all of whom exist to be penetrated by me. And I got that one, so there's a little bit more air, plus the Nemo fish. And a new red fish as well, right in the kisser. Okay, he didn't like that very much. Can't imagine why. Gotcha. All right, we're gonna reel in at least one of those. We weren't down there for a very long time, but we did still make $650 thanks to the new red kisser. But since we're after a little more money, let's go back to the coral reefs where we're almost 100% of the fish. Plus I have a quest here to catch I don't know what. I'm also using the term catch a little bit loosely here, considering this isn't normally how you would catch something. This is how you murder something. So we gotta catch whatever that one is. So we're gonna send some bait out there and also a net. This is a bit of a waste, but I'm feeling lazy. Then I'm also gonna pull in the oxygen fish every time I see them, but we got some more puffer fish. And I think it's probably better to use my net than it is to use my massive penetration because I've only got so much of that. But that might have actually, finished the mission. And it's hard to say what's worth it for my spear. Right, I can't fire backwards. Really need to start remembering that, but I got you. And I don't know what it is that we still have to catch here, but we'll find it eventually. I haven't seen anything new yet, so I'm just going to try and get more oxygen. And I think I actually managed to get it out of there. Now this fish is kind of mad at me, so let's just murder it. Oh, well, we still accomplished murdering it. We just didn't get the value for it. Mostly thanks to the green idiot. So let's go ahead and give them a little shock so they hopefully stay a little bit more out of my way. Out of all the fish here, I think I'm going to go for the big yellow dummy over here because I think it's probably the most valuable. Didn't get a ton of money from that, but we're up to over $10,000 again, plus money from the cat. Believe it or not, I think I'm actually going to go back to the basic harpoon right now because its oxygen cost is so little. And if we upgrade it a little bit, we should be able to get lots of our money's worth out of it. Or I might have just made a really bad decision, but that's pretty much what you're all here for. Now with this basic harpoon, I won't be hesitant to fire because it doesn't use up much oxygen at all, and I can rapid fire it like really fast. It's not gonna have the same penetration, but that's okay because I need mass fish. Not necessarily one single value when I need lots of medium value fish. So I wouldn't mind stabbing him, but the green fish is probably more important right now. Right, so gonna wait for him to get close enough to penetrate, but if he hangs out up there, my harpoon cannot reach him. Why are we getting such big fish? Okay, I got one of these guys. They take a few hits with this harpoon. Luckily, I can rapid fire it. This harpoon is working better, but it's still a little annoying when I can't reach anything farther out. And big blue up there would be something very good to hit, so I'm going to see if I can move everything else out of the way. The bait goes out. We're going to net whatever we can, then try and stab big blue up close. He's gonna multi-fire him. Come on. Nope, he just doesn't want any of that. So maybe I need to find a better compromise on our spear. So that one is worth $2,500 and I could live with that. So let's go back to the sniper harpoon for a minute because it doesn't cost a ton of oxygen, but it's got really good rope length and decent penetration. So let's go back to the other level, and it's rough seas today, and that means all fish defense is increased by 25%. And with the rate my oxygen drops here, it's very hard to make any money yet. But if we get lucky, we'll get lots of oxygen fish along the way. Damn, that added defense. Well, there's actually an actual oxygen fish, so bring that in. Then we're gonna catch pretty much whatever we can at this point. Wait. We didn't catch it fast enough. I'm gonna need to make more money than this. Okay, back to an ordinary day. And apparently these guys are the mission, so an easy way to take care of these, because I brought extra bait and nets, is just go like this. That instantly closed the mission. And since I did bring the extra bait and nets, I can make lots of money off other fish. I just need to wait patiently for them to show up, but I do want that fish. Maybe also the big green one if he comes out of the crowd a little bit. Definitely the oxygen fish though, always oxygen fish. We're on wave 6 and finally starting to get a little bit of a variety of fish out there. And since there's a lot of things right now, I'm going to send out another net to grab all that value. Or at least what I can out of that. I'm going to have to move Big Boy out of the way or he's going to eat all my fish. Because he's very big and very quick, but we're also going to try and sneak him in too from underneath. Then we're going to toss out another net to move mostly things out of the way because I want him and then also him. Which is definitely going to take a few stabs. Well, okay, because also those guys are going to eat my stuff. That's fine. Oh, and we're out of time too. I wasn't paying attention. Luckily, I can watch an ad for a little more time, and you guys don't even need to see that part. Bringing in another oxygen fish, so we're back up to 33%, and we're halfway through wave 9. So we're going to throw another net out there to catch everything in the ocean. Except for, actually, I want the big blue guy if he comes over, but he's got to get close before I can penetrate. Like, way closer. $3,000 for that one. Still don't know where I'm missing the final fish. Okay, let's go back to the cannon harpoon for a second, because we're also going to upgrade our old air tank to its maximum capacity. Now to do it further takes parts. And we get to go to the moon for a minute. So if we do this part well, we'll be able to get a lot of money. So I might as well put this bait and nets to good use. I did buy Bring 5 of each, so that should be a lot of value. And considering our massive penetration, that's gonna help. Though our oxygen is dropping way faster than it's used to. Wow, we're already out. What happened to our oxygen that time? Well, that's pretty much what I get for not paying attention. I just realized I think the one I'm missing is actually the dumb tuna, because I've got sizes for everything else because I've caught them. So I'm going to use this ordinary day to penetrate one of the dumb tunas, which fly around annoying me all the time, but I never bother to catch because they're just dumb. But at least while we were waiting, we managed to upgrade our oxygen tank, so we got more time than ever down here on the bottom. So we just very patiently wait for the tuna to show up. Got 3 at once. It's fun because I feel like I've been seeing the tuna a lot until basically this one, and then suddenly it's nowhere to be found. But I am seeing a lot of value on the screen, so we better take advantage of this. No tuna showed up, but that's okay because I'm just going to catch whatever I can then and be on my way. We'll get it next time. I finally got a dumb tuna to appear on screen. It's not going to be very easy to get right now, but I'm going to try my best. They're very resilient to penetration, and they're staying way out there right now. If I could shock it with this, that might help. But it's going to be very hard to hit it because it's hard to time. Wait, I got it. Just had to wait for it to get close for that up-close penetration. I did just catch a giant jellyfish for rather big money, so I'm pretty happy with that as well. Now if I could just catch the director here, then I could get a bonus at the end. And then we're just going to stab everything we can because they can't, well, maybe they can eat everything. So the value of that was pretty good because obviously the dumb tuna is a really valuable fish. I just never realized that because I was too stupid to actually catch one. Not only that, we can finish the cat quest for 3 of those. And then if we want a bigger air tank, which we probably do, we can do that. So it's going to go from 200 liters to 250. That's a huge upgrade. But then we can also now go to the deeper side. And when things are down this deep, there's got to be more value. It even said the deep sea fish are more valuable, so I'm going to penetrate absolutely everything I see. Oxygen also runs out here very quickly, so I'm going to have to pay attention to that. But for now, I'm just going to throw out a bunch of bait and nets and catch whatever value I can, because upgrades and everything are definitely getting very expensive. Once we catch 100% of the fish here, we'll be on to bigger and better things again. Alright, well, not a lot there, but I'll take it. And then we're going to penetrate Big Boy up there. I think we can reach him. Yep, we sure can. Our first oxygen fish took till wave 3 to show up, but he's going to keep us going for a couple more seconds. Then I'm not really sure what to focus my stabbing on. Oh, that's new. I want that. Good octopus. That was worth $700 all by itself. Then I'm just going to try and spear maybe those 2. And I missed both of them. So we actually got parts from those light bulbs, so that's very handy because we need those for upgrades. It was $2,270 for a very short run. So if you need me, I'm going to be grinding the deeper side for a long time. And yeah, that does sound like a euphemism. But I'm mostly here to try and catch light bulbs at this point, because I want those parts. That was $1,174 just in that bunch. I know it's probably hard for you guys to see, but just take my word for it, I'm not doing anything stupid. The oxygen fish are very, very slow to show up here though. I'm going to watch a bunch of ads just because it's worth it. Definitely going to need more oxygen, but there's another $3,200. Plus it's letting us go back to space for some easy money. And this time I'm even going to pay a little bit of attention, that way I can not run out of air right away. At least it's not if I can help it. I'm going to go for all the bubbles I can and not go off the map. Okay, we're running out of bubbles already, which is kind of annoying, but we did make pretty good money while we were here. $5,500 for stabbing things in space. And that's enough money to upgrade our air tanks, so we're going to go from 250 to 278 liters, which doesn't seem huge, but that's a 10% increase, and that's 10% more money. And we already found a new fish that looks like it's made of parts, but it's very strong. Okay, hopefully that comes back again because I really want to see what that was. Does the net work on it? Nope, but we can... Oh, I'm using the wrong spear, that's why. I didn't bring my cannon, so whatever that is probably gonna get away. Can I bomb it and then stab it? That might have actually worked. Got it. I would have been pretty annoyed had I missed that because I've never seen that fish before. And the total value for that one was $1,319. Turns out that other fish wasn't actually worth a lot, basically the same as a light bulb fish. And I just realized that these are probably upgrades. Am I right? Yeah, so I should be spending money to buy more bait and nets, because that would actually make a lot of sense. And then as far as the deep sea goes for this place, we've caught one of the fish we need to find. There's still a ton we haven't seen yet. So we'll sit here with a bigger oxygen tank and wait for something new to show up. Though I guess since we have all this bait and nets, we might as well use some of it, because it's actually going to be hard to use 9 of them. Something new just showed up, so I'm going to watch an ad and see if I can get a hold of it. It's like a zombie fish or something. Don't think I'm actually going to be able to get this because I'm going to run out of air first. Gonna need a better spear. And a modest 3,000 for that one. Just went to the second area for fun to change it up while I'm grinding the money, and I found something new crawling along the floor. So I'm obviously going to stab it directly in the face. In the face. I'm going to hit it with the bomb and then stab it in the face. Got it. Aside from that, this wasn't a particularly productive run, but the new oxygen does make a difference. Oh, and there's another new green fish. So we just got some air, but never mind. There was new fish appearing though. Our little squirrely guy in the bottom is worth 750 by himself. But it's also pretty clear I'm gonna need a lot more oxygen before I can spend any time there. So we're going back to coral reefs, just the basics, so I can grind some money. We actually have so much oxygen on this one that I'm gonna be at the end of round 9, basically with full oxygen still. So that's gonna mean some pretty good money for me, provided those idiots don't eat everything. But actually, if I capture all the idiots, there's a lot of money just in idiots here. And we're trying to kill that one as soon as he wants to play fair. There's so much value right now though. I want him. How do I get him? Oops, we didn't mean to stab that. Well, there's always next time. There's also some really big fish swimming around right now that I wish I could penetrate better. I am trying my best, but I got one, but I'm gonna need a lot more power. It was even debatably worth spending $2,600 there because there were so many big fish on the screen. But that's a little better, $6,700 for a single run. And that definitely gives us enough money for a better air tank. So that's gonna take us from 278 to 306. And this bigger air tank should hopefully help us find some better fish. So far, nothing. So it's gonna be the patience game today. This time we got another octopus charging in. He was coming straight at me, so I assume he had bad intentions, but I shot him in the face. He is also worth some money, and this is a little bit better of a run for the deep sea. Still not a huge amount of money though. Here comes another one, so he's just asking to be stabbed. And for the first time, I spent money to continue on just because I was spearing an oxygen fish at the same time, and it only costed $1,100. And I can hear another idiot, so we'll let him get nice and close before penetrating him. We're going on to wave 7 and still haven't found anything new, so I'm gonna take a light bulb before I go. So for better or worse, I'm gonna have to grind up a whole bunch of these basic fish to find the rarer and harder to find fish later on. Day 52, and we have what's called a refreshing day. 50% slower oxygen consumption, and that's very interesting because we're down deep. So with a little luck, we'll find some new and very valuable fish. Well, we have at least found our first oxygen fish, and we got it on the first shot, so that's a good start. We're up to 84% again, going into wave 3. And I have just learned that the octopus, if it does get to you, drains your oxygen. I ignored him and he sucked away 30%. And I hear another one, but that's okay. I understand he's just in a hurry for penetration. There's a new fish. As long as I can manage to get him before my oxygen runs out, we'll be getting in something new and probably very valuable. So right there. Okay, he's a little bit strong. We're going to hit him with the bomb and then stab him. That always works. Come on, reel him in quick. Yeah, we got him. $1,400 for a single fish. So $3,000 for that run. And that also means an even bigger oxygen tank. So we're going from 306 liters to 333. Again, about another 10% increase. And I'm going to celebrate that new oxygen by going back to the basic level and waiting till the very end so we can get lots of valuable fish. I feel like this one's shaping up to be what could be a pretty good run, especially if I can manage to get this blue fish, which is very close. And also very shocked right now. Just gonna keep stabbing it, and I think I got it already. That's the big yellow guy, and there's another tuna fish swimming around, so we're gonna try and rope that in as well. But those ones are a little bit harder to get, and that's just a little one comparatively. But there's also another oxygen fish and another big blue boy, so we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Didn't actually mean to do that one, but while we're at it, let's bring everything in. I'm gonna use that bait. Whoops, that was close. I almost speared the jellyfish, and I don't want to do that. Okay, we're gonna do shock everything as soon as I can. As soon as that thing comes back over. Come on. There we go. We're going to wait for Bluefish to come back. Once he does, well, we can probably get him there. Shock him and got him. And we're also going to take this guy too. This should be pretty big value. Especially considering we can continue. And I think we just got another tuna plus another oxygen fish. This is working out great. This will be the single most valuable run I've ever had. Especially if we get Big Blue Boy here. Who's nice and close, so I'm going to hit him with as many of these as I can, trying to break through his shell. So for that one, $8,539, mostly in the tunas and the other big bluefish. Plus an extra $4,200 for watching an ad for this guy. So after finishing that, the cat now wants to eat 6 Nemos, and I'm happy to help him out there. But not before adding a little more penetration, length, and speed to my harpoon gun. I want so much penetration the fish just explodes on impact. And we have rough ocean today, and that means all fish defense increased by 25%. So I'm pretty glad I added that little bit of penetration, because that's gonna kind of make up for that. And I hear a rather large octopus who actually survived my first shot up close, so he's obviously pretty strong. And we're going to get a little bit of money for him for sure. Midway through wave 4, haven't found anything new yet, but we do have an oxygen fish, so we'll manage to go into a pretty good wave. Another octopus. This one also survived the first shot, so that's their added defense. But there's a big blue boy, so if I'm really quick, I can actually get him, but also not. The 2 octopuses were worth 1,500, 3,500 for the entire run, still making more money on the surface. And we're back to just an ordinary day where I need to spear 6 Nemos. Well, there's one, and this feels like overkill, but we can stab him. There's our first oxygen fish. It'd be nice if we could get more than one on this hook, so we're gonna let him swim just a little bit, and well, we got 2 fish at least. Nemo will come back eventually. But good news, they're multiplying. We've got 2 Nemos, and well, I got 2 of the annoying fish, so that's a start. You know what? I'm just gonna throw some bait out there. Might as well, and then we just catch a whole bunch of things. And the Nemo. Another oxygen fish. Definitely didn't want to penetrate the jellyfish. So I'm now at 3 of 6 Nemo fish, and we're still probably going to make some pretty good money on this because we're starting to have some rarer things show up. But also, given how many idiot fish are currently out there, I'm going to throw the bait and the net out to get rid of them all. That way I can just penetrate things in peace. Okay, never mind. A whole bunch of annoying things came back. But we got another oxygen fish, so we'll keep on grinding. And I'm going to spare these annoying guys every chance I get because they're just going to keep eating my fish, and therefore my profit. And I really like my profit. And I hit the jellyfish. I got some money for it, but that did take away like 60% of my oxygen. Luckily, I might have enough Nemos on the screen to finish us off if I manage to hit them. So very patiently gonna wait for him to... Well, I do kind of want that airfish too. I don't know if I can hit it that far out though. He swims in closer maybe, but there's a lot of fish in the way too. Well, you know what? We're gonna settle for the Nemo fish because I want to... Oh, right. Kind of forgot about those guys. So let's do it all over again. Murdering these Nemos had better be worth my time. Got one nice and early this time, and he's coming straight for... Oh, okay. Forgot about him. But there's the final Nemo. Now I can just enjoy the rest of this with all the valuable fish. There's so many big valuable fish, but I cannot get any of them because I'm kind of out of bombs. I finally got that big blue one after a million hits. But there's still 2 of the tuna going around that have simply disappeared because I couldn't penetrate them enough. Okay, aside from the Nemos, we made $6,500, which is pretty good. Plus, we'll call it an even 10. So for painstakingly murdering 6 Nemos, we get 12 parts, which is actually pretty good. And then aside from that, we're up to about $30,000, which basically means we get more air. For $21,000, we're going to go from 333 to 361. To unlock any of the new harpoons, we need parts, and we need lots of them. I can also buy more bait and nets too with a little bit of money, and those are probably worth it. So let's try the ocean cave where we're currently 28% done, but we have a lot more air than we used to. And there's always so many of these to start. What happens if we get like a whole bunch of them at once? That's got to be a new record. Only $324. That's disappointing. But that's a new fish. How do we get that fish? It's so quick. Come back over here. I need to see you for a second. I might actually just cast a net out simply for that because it does not want to come anywhere near me. And I don't blame it. I think it's gone. Oh, didn't even see that guy down there. Hello, sir. Remember me? I'm the one who likes to blow you up. Okay, the green machine seems to have come back and we got a few new fish coming to hang out. So we're going to get whatever of these we possibly can, including the airfish. He's probably actually most important right now. Then I got him. Then we're gonna look at all the new fish we got suddenly. And I think I stabbed both of them. And then something up here is new. Oh, it's a jellyfish. I'm not gonna risk it for the jellyfish yet though. Oh, look at all the things on the bottom too. I got so many new things to stab in so little time. Can I just use the net for these guys down here? Does that work? Net? It does. Look at all the money we got out of that. Alright, I sold some bait and then murder a diver. And we're going to make a lot of money here. I should probably be doing that more often too, where I just throw out a bit of bait because I can actually penetrate so many things at once that I don't really need a net. There's an oxygen fish way out there I'd really like, but there's also a bunch of new fish too, so I don't know what to focus on. That was a pretty short run, but we did make $6,100 and we caught a lot of new stuff. So let's try that all again, this time with a little less excited energy. And of course, my first oxygen fish is playing hard to get, but he is slowly wandering closer and I might be able to get him from here. There's also a lot of these green fish cruising around, and I think they're probably going to be decently valuable. So I'm going to throw a net out right now and also stab him. Never mind. Well, you know what? I'm gonna net all the guys in the bottom. And the triangle fish is also new. Oh, that's a big oxygen fish. I didn't even see him out there. And we're going to get him too, because that's going to put my oxygen back up to about 50%. We got another big boy on the bottom, so we're going to stab him. Whoops. Did I get him? I didn't even hit him. Okay, we're going to try that again. I'm also going to try and net, because they go for the bait as well. So if we net everything down here, yeah, that works pretty well. Those jellyfish are new. Would love to get one. I'm also going to have to fend off 2 octopuses here. Never mind. So far, so good though. And whoops, I meant to net all those. Oh, that's a new weird looking fish. What is that? Give me that. That looks very glowy and rare. I really want that. Gonna throw a bit more bait out, and I think I netted him there. I do think I got him. Oh, and you're new too. Welcome to the stabbing club, where everyone gets a penetration. Oh, and look at that thing too. Oh, I got it. It's like a firefish. Oh, I think it got eaten. $6,400. That one that I thought was very rare was only worth $146. Clearly the bigger the better. So maybe in this one, I'll focus mostly on the big fish unless I see something new, because I'm not seeing a lot of new fish anymore, and I'm pretty sure the bigger ones are going to be more valuable. Turns out this was probably a bad strategy because there's not a lot of... Oh, there's a big goldfish though. What is that thing? Oh, I want that. Give me that. Whoops. That's okay, because I can actually do that and reel that thing in. That was worth $3,000. Oh, and that's what turns all the other fish into the goldfish. I remember this now. I haven't done this since I started at the very beginning. So let's use what we can to catch all of these new looking fish. That worked out better because that little purple fish is worth $1,500 by himself. The coins were worth $400 each. 9,000 total, which puts us over $33,000, which means another oxygen tank, so we're going from 361 to 389. And back to the deeper side. Hopefully all this oxygen can carry us into new stuff. Got another ordinary day, and that's just fine by me. The oxygen drain is slower, but it's still going down a lot faster than I'd like it to be. We need some oxygen fish right now. Well, there's the first one. It's not very big, but it did at least show up for us, so that's nice. And I might as well start throwing out some bait just to make sure we're actually going to use it, because I did pay for it. I don't know if it keeps between rounds or not. That would involve thinking and paying attention, but we got a new fish that looks like a ghost. Oh, I forgot about the octopus already. Let's go ahead and take care of him, then we're going to figure out how to get the ghost fish. I'm thinking my tried and true strategy of shocking it and then stabbing it. I think I got it. We definitely got it, but we're definitely already out of oxygen. So we're going to be sure to use up our bait now and catch whatever it is we possibly can. Look at the size of that thing. What even is that? Get over here. I want to stab you. I poked it a little bit. Does that count? That's probably not good enough. I really want that big fish though. Oh, octopus. And I'm dead. That fish has got to be worth a fortune now. It's huge. Still not getting a ton of value from the deep, including our little ghost fish is only worth 300, but that big fish probably worth more. Day 63 has large smack grouping, and that means jellyfish appear 50% more, which is really annoying. I've only got eyes for one fish at this point anyways. I didn't really find what I'm looking for yet, but I did find the mission fish apparently, as I run out of oxygen. I've been looking and looking for the bigger fish, and it won't seem to show up, and all I ever end up finding is this. So we'll get him next time.